Hey guys, this is North back again with another video. Today's video I'm coming to you with another weekly fragrance rotation. So I'll give you the fragrances that I wore from Sunday to Friday. Let's go ahead and get it going. On Sunday I went with the house of Tom Ford. I felt like going with another animalic type fragrance. This one's discontinued and this is London. This is one of my favorite Tom Ford private blends. London was released in 2013, as a lot of them were. Now, some of the notes on this one are cumin, saffron, cardamom, black pepper, labdanum, coffee, oud. This one gets its animalic nature from the oud and from the cumin. When I very first smelled this was one of the fragrances that I got when I was first getting into animalic fragrances. So when I was able to smell this, I said, oh yeah, I gotta have it. I can't remember, no, I don't think I blind bought this, but I got it full if I didn't get it in the box. I can't remember, but what I remember from London, besides wearing it on Sunday, was that it just reminded me of not necessarily what London may smell like, but if you were writing a novel and describing like the London streets during a particular time, and maybe one of these multicultural or multi-ethnic neighborhoods where you would have smells from the coffee shops, spices from the Indian restaurants and so on, and mixed in the air with incense and stuff like that. So I still do love London. It's not too out there and animalic, but it is a challenging one. So if you don't like animalic fragrances, you probably won't like this one. Again, this one's discontinued, so it's available on eBay, but it's gone. Moving on. On Monday, I went with the house of Frederic Malle and I wore Un Rose. Now, Un Rose is called Rose Tonnerre. For some reason, they had to change the name. Un Rose was released in 2003. This is one of my most recent rose based fragrances that I picked up. I got it sometime last year, I believe. And this one has rose, honey, wine, truffles, castoreum, which you don't get castoreum from it. And for me, this is it's not super jammy sweet, but this is a really realistic rose fragrance. You can tell it has real rose oil in it. It reminds me a little bit of the Taif rose essential oil that you can get. You do get a little bit of wine from it. It does dry down a little bit darker. It's not just like a super jammy happy rose, but I like this one. I believe I might have put it number one on my rose list last time. I'll have to update that one, update my rose list, but that's what I wore on Monday, Un Rose. On Tuesday, I went with the designer house of Balmain, and this one is Vert. Have you tried this one before? Vert. This one is a super green fragrance, the most green fragrance I have in my collection. This was the one that introduced me to green type fragrances. I hadn't purchased a Chanel number 19 or anything at the time, but this one's even more green than that. Now, this particular Vert was released in 1999. It's going through different formulations, and it has galbanum, which is what it's famous for, hyacinth, oak moss, basil, vetiver, and neroli. And this one I just love. I am thinking about maybe getting a vintage bottle of it, but right now I'm just taking my time to try to save up for fragrances I have on my wish list this year. Let's keep it moving. On Wednesday, I went with the house of Diptyque, and this one is Opsis. Opsis is the Harrods exclusive. This one is still only available at Harrods. I did order it directly from the website when it came out in 2022. You know, the word is supposed to smell similar to the Tokyo exclusive of the Labo. It does have some similarities, but they're not exactly the same. I need to try that one again when September rolls around. But Opsis, again, was released in 2022. This one only lists 4 notes, which are frankincense, iris, musk, and bergamot. And I really like this scent. It's not one that I would purchase again, but this one is like a everyday type of wear. It's the type of scent that you could wear around the workplace and it wouldn't offend anyone. Beautiful bottle. The same type of plaque that the new Benjoin Bohème will come in, and some of the other higher end ones. But this one's around the same price, but it went up on the Harrods website since I initially bought it. And that's what I wore on Wednesday. On Thursday, I went with the House of Giorgio Armani. This is from the Privé line. This one is my Myrrhe Impériale, my favorite from the Privé line. This again is my 250 ml bottle. So if you could see, but this one I've sold maybe like 2 or 3 decants out of it. So I have a good amount of it. I might sell one more decant out of it. I'm not sure. But I have plenty of juice still left in it. I got this one for a super steal. So Myrrhe Impériale was released in 2013. The notes on this one are myrrhe, benzoin, amber, vanilla, saffron, and pink pepper. This one to me is, until I get this other myrrhe fragrance that's impossible to find, to me this is the best myrrhe fragrance out in my opinion. So that's what I wore on Thursday. And on Friday, I went with the House of Stéphane Humbert Lucas. This one is another discontinued fragrance. So today I have 1, 2, 3, 4 discontinued fragrances. I didn't even notice that. I went with Oud 777. So I finally was able to get a bottle. I got this one on eBay. I have an address in the States that I have mostly fragrances shipped to, so I can have it forwarded to me in Kuwait. But I actually had this one shipped to Malaysia when I was there, and I just wanted to get it in my hand. Now this one I believe was released in 2014. I was going to say 2013 again, and some of the notes on this one are oud, but Burmese oud and Laotian oud. It says it has in it. It also has leather and tonka bean. I'm not sure if there's anything else, but those are the listed notes. Now this one to me is not an oud type scent that you would think of. It's not barnyardy or anything like that, not in my opinion. It's more sweet than anything. But the more that I've worn it, and me being introduced to Russian Adams, Indonesian oud, whereas that has like a different scent profile. It's more like smoky and resinous than say like Thai oud or Laotian oud. Once I was introduced to that, and then I started wearing this more, I could see that that's the type of oud that it has in it. Maybe that's the Burmese oud, I'm not sure. But that's what I wore on Friday, Stéphane Humbert Lucas Oud 777. So that's it. That's what I wore this week. What are some of the fragrances you wore this week? Please let me know in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.